Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a marvelous day today. I know that I am. The reason why life is so marvelous for me is because the sun is shining, the weather's kind of decent, it's not too cold, it's not too hot, and I'm able to come before you today. So I am just truly excited for being here. Uh, you know, and so I was thinking about, okay, what do I want to talk about today? And of course, I have a list of topics and everything like that. But for today, I chose the topic of reframing. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But before we go there, I just wanted to let you know that, all of us have had challenges in our life. Some of you may be going through challenges right now. What makes the challenges different among different types of people is our perception. In other words, how do we see that challenge? Because, as long as we keep living on this earth, we're going to encounter challenges. We're not going to have every day be sunshine and roses and happy, and life is just going to continue to maintain in a good space. People change, we change, circumstances change, and a classic example of that is with COVID. I mean, our world has really encountered a 365-degree turn since COVID, especially being in America. We didn't walk around wearing masks everywhere we go. We didn't have shortened hours of certain industries. We didn't have a items that we couldn't find any longer because we couldn't get those things here in timely because of the trucks and the ships and not being able to sell and not having the people to work. We have encountered so much change in our life that it's just wow. And so for those of you that took it pleasantly and those that you didn't, you were very resilient. And so that's the thing we have to know. We are resilient regardless of what we go through. People can go through circumstances that will literally destroy their life. There's other people out there that will go through the same situation and they will look at it as an opportunity to excel. That's what reframing is. Reframing is the way that you see things, the way that you react to things, and the way that you act towards things. So there's 3 definitions that I've found of reframing, and I'm going to read those to you. Reframing is to look at present or think of beliefs, ideals, relationships in a new or different way. It's also to change the focus or the perspective of a view through a lens. It's also to say something in a different way. In other words, reframe the question. So what you have here, you have the way that you see it, the way you're changing your mindset, or saying something in a different way. So we all have the power to reframe our situations. No, I'm not taking away from the pain and the discomfort you're going through or will be going through at some point in your life. What I am saying is the way that we look at things, the way we see things, the way we think about things, we have the power and the authority to change that. I remember one time, an example, kind of not related to a human being, but somewhat involves human beings. I remember there was this couple that lived in this home, and it was just a standard home. It was nice, but, just a standard home. I then realized years down the road, somebody else moved into the same home, and they did so much on the outside of the home that the home looked totally different. And I was like, wow, this is the same place. So what one person couldn't see, another person was able to see and make those changes to make the home to be, wow, this is beautiful. My gosh, and this was just on the outside that they did some work, not on the inside, but just the outside. Same thing can happen on the inside of home. Where I knew someone that one time bought a home that basically needed some fixing up, was a fixer-upper, came in, fixed the home up, and oh my God, it's a luxurious, beautiful home, And so I just wanted to say that when you're in your situation or your crisis state, yes, it may have torn you down. Yes, you may not feel good about yourself. Yeah, you may not even like the situation. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. All I'm asking you to do is to look at it differently. Okay? In other words, what didn't happen that allows you to still be you? Yes, you might have been a victim of some type of violent crime, such as domestic violence, childhood abuse, elderly abuse, whatever the situation may be. But what didn't happen? You still have your same mindset. You still have the power to think differently. You still have the ability maybe to get up and do things. So look at what didn't happen. Then when you look at what didn't happen, the next step is to start speaking out loud some of the things that are good for you and some of the goodness that you see inside of yourself. That's why you'll hear me say, I am marvelous all the time. Now, I didn't always feel marvelous, but now I know that I'm marvelous, and so I will say it over and over and over and over because I believe it now. And for those of you who may say, I don't believe that, then you know what? Just keep saying it, because I guarantee you're going to believe it one day, sooner or later. Another thing is, you not only want to speak differently about yourself and your circumstances, you want to be able to change the lens. For some of you, that may mean that you may have to change your surroundings. You may have to go somewhere else. You may have to get new friends. You may have to get new acquaintances. You may have to even get a different job. Whatever you need to do, you have to do it in order to reframe and see the situation differently. You can't keep holding on to the past. When you're holding on the past and you keep looking back, you're stuck and you can't go any further. Some of you probably say, well, lady, how do I get unstuck? Believe in you and your power. Believe in what you can and you will do. Start saying something nice about yourself as a human being, as a person, as an adult, as a child, as an elder, regardless of what your age may be. Say something positive about yourself. Surround yourself with people that's going to give you what I call nuggets, impart nuggets into you, that's going to say positive things about you, that's going to believe in you, that's going to say a word that's literally may change your life to seeing yourself as being victorious. Those are things that we can do. For some of you, you may want to take more of a holistic view, and that is you may want to go for a walk. Some of you may want to start an exercise program. Others of you may want to change your eating habits. Others of you may want to find yourself just being in silence and do what I call a downloading exercise. And a downloading exercise is that everything that's in your head, you either write it down, you speak it out, and record it. And then you look back at that and say, no more, I'm going forward. So I hope that this little exercises that I gave you today about reframing will be beneficial to you and whomever you're surrounding yourself with. And never forget, you are marvelous. Thank you.